everyone, and welcome to my Lego table. So I finally got it here, the new Lego Death Star, the set number 75419. That is 9,023 pieces. It is for 18 and up. And of course, this sells for $999.99, or $1,000 if you want to go with that. Now, this was just released on October 1st, and the box is so big, I can't put it up here on my table, but you guys have probably seen it. You know what it looks like. Plus, you're going to see as it gets built what it looks like too. I also got with it, this came with a free gift with purchase. If you purchased it from the Lego store or the Lego website or whatever, you get the little TIE Fighter with Imperial hanger rack, which goes inside of the Death Star as well. This is 236 pieces, and this is for 10 and up. It is 75419. I will be building this at the end to add into the Death Star, so that will be going in at the end of the video. So the Death Star itself, once you open the big box, it comes in, well, this is the lid to it. 3 separate boxes are inside full of bags, okay? Each one of those boxes has its own amount of bags and its own set of instruction manuals. So we're going to be starting with box 1, and I'll try to remember to tell you with each box what's in them, or show you what's in them. So as far as box 1, there is 24 bags of Legos involved in that one box. And you get 2 fairly decent size instruction manuals here, okay? And then 1 fairly good size sheet of stickers that is just for box 1. So all of that is for box 1. Box 2 will have its own set of instructions and maybe stickers and its own sets of bags, okay? So I kind of like that they did it that way. I do have the box sitting here open with all the bags in it ready to go. I didn't organize them. Usually I would go through and put them in order so that I could just grab and go. I didn't do that this time. I'm just going to look through and hopefully find the bag that I need. If not, then I will go back and organize it. I have no idea how long this is going to take me to build, mainly because while I'm building this, I mean, life is going on around me. I have, grocery shopping to do, house cleaning to do, animals to take care of, kids to run around. Well, my kids are kind of older, so I only have 1 or 2 that still need to be ran around from time to time, and all of that going on. So I will try to keep you guys in kind of like in the know of how long this is taking me with life going on. I did start this at 4:15 p.m. Central Time on Sunday the 5th, I think this is. Yeah, Sunday, October 5th, 2025. So hopefully we'll be able to see where I'm at within 24 hours with everything else going on. So let's see how long this actually takes for somebody who has to live a life while they're doing this, okay? All right, so we are gonna get started with our first bag, put that together, and I'll come back and show you what we've built, and we'll just go on from there. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so of course, as soon as I went to go start bag number 1, a stray kitty showed up in the driveway, and then I had to start dinner. So of course, we're off to a good start where I'm already getting interrupted several times. Now there's a leaf blower going off and outside behind me. Anyways, so bag 1 starts off with making first this Imperial officer. And you can see he's got on like a little headset. It goes around the hat there as well a little bit. And then just the gray Imperial uniform. There is a little bit of printing on the pants down there, okay? Does he have a 2-sided? No, he only has the 1-sided face, so this is the only face you get. And then, of course, the little Imperial hat there, okay? I like their hats for some reason. I think they're kind of cool looking. Okay, so this is what we have built out of the first bag, is basically like this little base here. Not much to it. I do like these little things here. They kind of look like lights. Maybe that's what they're supposed to be. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that is it for bag number 1. Now we're going to move on to bag number 2. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 2 is done. And so this is, we just kind of added on to what we had already made here. There's no new minifigure or anything with this one. We've got lots of more of the little blue, I'm going to say lights. I don't know if that's what they are, but that's what I'm going to say they are. Okay. So that's it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag number 3. And I'll be back as soon as that's finished. Okay, Okay, you guys, so this is after bag number 4, and we've got quite a bit of the little bottom part of it made up here. Not too much really going on. There's no like motion or anything right now at this point, but still pretty cool. It's kind of cool to see it come together. I kind of like it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag number 5. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so after having to stop building to watch a movie last night and then getting up this morning and having to go grocery shopping, I'm finally back at it and have gotten bag number 5 done. So we've just created a little bit more on top here as far as like putting some trim and stuff on, and then also put these on each side here. So this is what you have so far with bag 5 finished, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and move on to bag number 6 and get that built. These will come out as well. They're kind of movable and move around, and you can do different, you know, kind of move them into different positions if you need to or want to, okay? All right, so we're going to move on to bag 6, and I'll be back when that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag number 6 is done, and basically what we did was this whole little section over here, and so you build it separately and then just attach it on there. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this bag. So we're gonna move on to bag number 7. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 7 is done, and that of course got the other side on to match that one. So now we've just got, now it's even basically, okay? So it's looking pretty cool so far. All right, so we're gonna move on to bag number 8, and once that gets done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for this bag, bag number 7, or 8, I'm sorry, we started out with building the minifigure of Luke Skywalker here, and this is him in like his white wrap shirt and then the beige pants that he wears, and then of course the blue lightsaber. He does have the two-sided face, this side here with kind of just a little bit of a smile, and then this side here where he looks more angry, and then only printing really on the back of the shirt is the belt that continues back there, okay? All right, and then we're gonna put his hair on here. Oh, maybe. Can stand him back up here. And there he is, Luke Skywalker, okay? All right, as far as the build itself, so first of all, we started out by flipping it over here, and we added on each end, there's one on this end too, these here, which actually do flip open, okay? So you can open those up a little bit. When you open them up right now, you don't really see anything in there, okay? And then we also built this whole section right here and added it on there. And so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's all the way up there, okay? So now that we have those on, we're going to continue on with bag number 9. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys. So bag number 9 is done. And we started out with this Stormtrooper minifigure. So of course he's in the Stormtrooper outfit with a gun. He only has the one-sided face, but there is back printing here on the back of the trooper shirt or the trooper armor. Okay, and then he has his helmet here, so we're gonna put that on, and then there he is. It's a complete Stormtrooper, okay? Then we're going to do, we built this piece here, so technically we built it separately and then added it on. We did use 2 of the stickers. This is our first time of using stickers, so one here and one over here, okay? Looks kind of cool. Looks like, you know, like where you shoot a ship through, okay? So that is it so far. Okay, so we're gonna move on to bag number 10, and once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 10 is done. We started out again with another Stormtrooper here. So same thing, has the same little outfit, or Stormtrooper outfit, oh my gosh, Stormtrooper armor on, and of course has a gun here. They only have the one-sided face, and then the back, sorry, that was my cat's tail. The back's got the printing on it here, okay? So we can set him down and then put his helmet on here. And there we go, okay? So we have the helmet there. We have that Stormtrooper. I've got a kitty over here getting into stuff. Okay, and then for the build itself, we built this whole section here separately and then attached it on. Each one of these is a sticker, okay? And you do have to make sure you put them the right way, because I had to actually flip one around because it was the wrong way. But anyways, so that's what we have so far. It's still looking pretty cool here, okay? All right, so I'm gonna move on to bag number 11. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 11 is done. And of course, it started out with another Stormtrooper. So same Stormtrooper uniform here with the gun. They only got the one-sided face. And so that is him. And of course, we will put his helmet on too. Boop. And there we go. Got another, whoop, look, all my Stormtroopers are falling over. Okay, as far as the build itself, so first of all, we built this section here and attached it on, and then we did a little bit of finishing on the edge and put this on. And then we flipped it over and put this edging stuff on here as well and kind of finished off the rounding of that. So now it's completely rounded out there and it's looking good, okay? And I've got a kitty attacking a Stormtrooper. Stop it. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to bag number 12. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 12 starts off again with another Stormtrooper here with the gun. And again, no facial expression on the other side or anything like that. So we will go ahead and put her helmet or his helmet on. And there's our fourth one, okay? All right, as far as the build itself, we did put on this whole section here and then kind of goes along here as well. So you've got this like little hook here, so something's probably gonna go in there. And then other than that, that's pretty much it right now, okay? So now we are going to move on to bag number 13. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 13 is done. And we started out with making Han Solo here, who's in his vest, dark vest with the like off-white shirt, I guess. Blue pair of pants, the belt on, he's holding the gun. He does have the two-sided face. So this one here where he's got kind of the smirky smile, and then this one where he looks kind of angry. There's a little bit of printing on the back of the shirt. And then we're going to put his hair on here. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so there's Han Solo there, okay? All right, then for the build itself, basically what we did was all of this piece that goes into here, and then also this little trunk full of things there, okay? So that was basically it. We just got this all covered. Okay, so we're gonna move on to bag 14. Once we get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, so for bag 14, we went ahead and worked on this section here. So this here is one of the stickers here. So you've just basically got this little section on. These are pre-printed, so those aren't stickers, okay? So this is what it's looking like from the back here. And yeah, and then right now we have this going on. I don't know exactly what that's gonna be raising, but I imagine it's gonna be for something, or maybe it's just there to look cool. I don't know, we'll find out, okay? All right, so that is it for bag 14. That's also the end of our first instruction booklet for box 1 of 3 of the Lego bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the second instruction booklet with bag 15. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what I've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so for bag 16, we started out with making Han Solo in the Imperial Guard suit, in the Stormtrooper suit. I don't know why I said Imperial Guard. He's got a gun again, and then it looks pretty much just like the suits that the other ones have on. He does have a two-sided face, so you can either do this one with kind of the smirky smile, or this one where he looks kind of angry, okay? And then you can put his hair on here. Go. And then there's Han Solo in the Stormtrooper outfit. Then you have the trash compactor scene kind of going on here. So we put this wall together and added it to the piece we already had. You've got a little lever here that moves up and down. Then you also have a few other things. These can move and stuff as well. And then of course this will move forward to compact. So it just slides on in there's like little slots on each side, and it just slides up and down. It does stop at this point here because it's too high for it to go any further, but you can act like you're trash compacting somebody. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to bag 17. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys. So bag number 17 is done, and we basically created the other wall here for the compactor. So now you can push them both together, and this little eye thing comes up here. Okay. And then this wall has just some stuff on it. You've got this here, which doesn't do anything really. Okay. I think it's just more for show than anything else. All right. So now that we have that done. Oh, and we also made Princess Leia in her white outfit here with the belt. So she does have a two-sided face, this one here, and then when you flip around, she has more of an angry face. You can see her hood as well back there. And then she has her hair with the buns right there. And there you go. So there she is. Oops, she's a little crooked. Now she's even more crooked. Wow. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Princess Leia. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and move on with bag 18. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so we got bag 18 done. And it starts out by making Luke Skywalker in the Stormtrooper outfit. I couldn't think of what it was called there. And then we finished off this. So now he can go right here. There's a little stud for him. Oops, and I just knocked Leia off. So let me get Leia back on there. There we go. So now we have the compactor image finished. And we have Chewie in there, and Han Solo, and Leia, and Luke Skywalker. You've got this whole like system back here that when you turn this, it turns all of those, and then the walls will start moving in. So if you turn it around and you move that, then you've got the walls starting to crush them. See? So that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that done, we're going to move on to bag 19. And once that is finished, I will come back and show you guys what we've made. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 19, we first did C-3PO here. And of course, he's in his all gold suit. Not really suit cover. I don't know. Anyway, so there he is. Okay. Then the other thing that we did was we built this here, which slides down into here. Just like that. Okay, so it comes out, goes back in. All of that. Yay, yay. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to bag number 20. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 20, we have built this little part right here on. This here is a sticker right there. The rest of this is all pre-printed here, okay? And then this is the kind of the other side of it. You can't really see what's back there, but you can see this part, okay? All right, so now we are going to move on to bag 21. Once I get that finished, I will come back and show you what we've made. Oh, also, almost forgot, we did also do R2-D2 with this bag. So we just have the little R2-D2 minifigure. Okay, pretty simple to put him together. All right, so now let's move on to bag 21, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so for bag 21, what we did was basically this whole little side unit here. So we built it and then flipped it upside down and attached it on. And, oops, now it's attached on. And that's pretty much it. There's not much down in there. Yeah, so that's it for bag 21. So we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 22, and I will be back as soon as that's built. Okay, you guys, so bag 22 is done, and we have built this little part here. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet, but that is it. All right. So now we're going to move on to bag 23. We're getting close to being done with this one box. Hopefully I'll be able to work on this most of the day today without much interruption, and I can get a lot of it done. All right, so I will be back once bag 23 is built. Okay, so bag 23 is done, and we've just added a little bit more onto this. So now there's some walls and other things on here. We didn't use any stickers yet so far on this part of it. Okay, so looking pretty good. All right, so now we're going to move on to bag 24, and I was wrong. There's actually 26 bags in this first box, so we have a few more to go. So let me get bag 24 done, and I'll come back and show you what we've got. Okay, you guys, so bag 24 is done, and basically we put a little bit more onto this. So we have a sticker here, and we've added on to this thing that spins. Okay, hopefully it spins. I haven't checked it yet. And then we attached it on to here. So let's see if this is even in contact with each other. I mean, it looks like it is. Is it gonna spin? Ooh, it's kind of hard to spin. Needs a better leverage. There, it does spin. But right now all I've got is this to spin it, and it's not enough leverage. So we need like a wheel or something on there. But I'm sure we're still adding on, so we're gonna have to wait. Okay, so that's it for bag 24. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag 25, and then I'll be back once that's finished. Okay, you guys, so bag 25 is done, and basically we just added on this end piece right here. So just like the other side, and I'm assuming we're going to be adding stuff on top of this. Bag 25 also ends the instruction booklets for box 1. So I'm going to need to open box 2 and get the instruction booklets out of there. I'm not sure how many bags are in box 2 because I haven't looked yet, but there is still bag 26 left from box 1. So I don't know if they put that in there by accident, or maybe they're just not in there by instructions. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and open box 2 and get the next set of instructions out and do bag number 26. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've got. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 26 is done. And what we did was built this back piece onto here. Okay, so we built this all as one big unit, then put it in here, and then put this over top. Now, looks really cool. Looks like stars and all of that on there. But I'm going to go to the back here and show you. It seems, to me, kind of flimsy. I mean, it feels like if something was put too much pressure on this, it's just, it's flex. Look at that. It's flexing really bad. It's kind of scary. I mean, I feel like it's going to fall out. I seriously do. So, I'm not really sure that I like that part of it. Like I said, it seems pretty flimsy to me. I mean, it is just a bunch of bricks stacked up on top of each other, and they are like staggered. But it's just still, I think it's like, I don't know. It might have been better to use a plate or something. I don't know. But anyways, so I did get that on and it's done. And I think it's all tightened down from what I can tell. It looks like it's tight on there, but it just kind of seems, that part seems flimsy. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, so that was what we did with bag 26. We're going to move on to bag 27. Now, from what I can tell from the instruction manuals, there were 2 instruction manuals again in the second box of Legos, the second box of Lego bags. And there's 54 bags with all of these instructions. Now, I don't know if there's only 54 in this box or not. But yeah, so we need to get up to bag 54. There's not 54 bags to get up to bag 54. So we started with bag 26. Sorry, there's a plane going overhead. We'll start with bag 26 and we're going to end with bag 54 for this second box, or at least for these instructions. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, so on the front of these instructions, there is each one has some stuff about, if I can get it to turn now, about the movies and stuff like that. So there's stuff that you can read about the movies, the build, all of that stuff. So if you guys want to read that and get some of the information, then you can, otherwise don't, whatever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with bag number 27. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 27 started out with the minifigure of the Imperial Navy Trooper. So he has on the all black outfit with the silver buckled belt, I guess you would call it. And then the gun here. He does have a two-sided face, and you're seeing that black thing because that's the strap for his helmet. So he has this side where you can flip him around, and he has this side where he looks a little bit more angry. Okay. And then, of course, the gun there to go with it. And then you can put his helmet on, and there he is, okay? Then we also built the little tiny, one of the little rolling robots for the Imperials or for the Death Star that you see running around. I don't know if they're like messenger bots or something like that. That's what they seem like they are, okay? Then we built inside of here, let me get this open here. Push that open. We built this little guy in here. Okay, and just like I don't know if that's a robot. Was that one of those flying, like the flying things, or is that the brain machine? Can't remember. But anyways, and then we built this door that you can close and open to put in there. Then we built this whole part here. I'm gonna stand up so you guys can see down in there. Okay, and so this is what's in there. This does slide in and out. Okay. And when you slide it in and out, then you see the compactor down in there where they're trapped. So you can either have this in or out or whatever. So you can see down in there, okay? All right, so that's it for bag 27. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bag number 28. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 28 is done, and we've started this little structure here. We've got a couple of guns there, then a cup, not too much else, and no stickers or anything have been used yet. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag 29, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we made. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so at the beginning of bag 29, we made the Imperial crew member here, who's in the all gray outfit with the black hat. And then this only has a one-sided face. They don't have two. So they have a little belt around them, and this one has a little bun in the back of her head. Okay, along with this, we built this part here onto the Death Star here. So it's basically like the control room. You've got the little window here where they can look out. And then all of these are stickers. So we have sticker here, sticker here, sticker here, sticker here, here, and here. And then it's also here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then all of these here that have markings on them are stickers as well. So there's quite a few stickers just in this area, okay? All right, so now we are gonna go ahead, and I just realized, I think these might be upside, no, they're not upside down. Are they upside down? No, I don't think so. Maybe one? I'm not sure. I think they're good. Anyways, if they're not, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, so, and then you got the little chairs here that do kind of spin around so you can put 2 of your minifigures in there. And I think that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bag 30. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 30 is done, and that was basically building this whole little like wall here, and then we covered up this thing here that's over there because you could see through it. And that's pretty much it. That was the whole bag. Okay, so now we have it looking like this, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with bag 31, and I'll be back as soon as that's finished. Okay, you guys, so bag 31 is done. Mainly it was just kind of like trimming up some stuff, like putting the trim around the top of here, putting some trim on top of here, and closing this off. And the same thing on the other side here. No stickers or anything were used. It's just trimming this all up and getting it set up for the next part, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to bag 32. Once that's done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 32, we just made this big platform here. Not too much to it so far, just a platform, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and move on to 33, and I'll be back as soon as that's finished. Okay, Okay, you guys, so for bag 33, we started out with another Stormtrooper here. So this one only has a one-sided face. It's not two-sided. So we can put his helmet on now. And there he is, okay? Then we just added more onto this platform here. So we have more on here and all of this over here as well as this down here. And that's pretty much it, okay? All right, so I'm gonna move on to bag 34. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 34 is done. And basically we put all of this on here. There's now it looks like a shower stall here, but I don't know if that's what that is. And then we've got this here. We've got another section of the spinning part, which is going to go on attached to that little red piece sticking up right there. But yeah, so that is all of that. No stickers used that I can think of. So we are just going to move on now to bag 35. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 36 is done, and we started out with another Stormtrooper here. So we have this one. This one also only has the one-sided face. So we're gonna go ahead and put his or her helmet on. Okay, and then they're ready to go. As far as the build itself, we just added in this here, and then some of the like walls around here and some of the trimmings up here. And there's a big giant cat coming in the way now. And yeah, so that was just standing right over it. So that was it for that bag. So now we're going to move on to bag 36. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. Okay, you guys, so bag 36 is done. And for that, we basically put a whole bunch in over here. So now we have this little door, which hopefully I can get open. Yep, it does open and close. We put this in here. We've put this all in there. Put some of the surrounding walls up, things like that. Okay, so there that all is finished. And I don't think we did too much else there. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to bag 37. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we made. Oh, and I forgot to, we also did, one of the Imperial, what is this? An officer? I always get them all mixed up. So let's see what this actually is. This is a, an Imperial Navy officer. So, we have her, she's in the all black outfit with the belt again. There is no secondary face. My cats are growling at each other. So it's just this one face that you have to choose from. Okay. And that is it for that. So I'll get bag 37 done and I'll be back to show you what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys. So for bag 37, we did put this on here, and this again is a sticker. And then we put some trim work on around the edges. We also put all of these consoles in. These two swivel. These two just move back and forth. And then each one of these is a sticker as well. And then I called these shower heads. It's kind of funny. I think they're actually supposed to be lights. But anyway, so we put those on as well there. And I think that's pretty much it. So we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 38. Oh, I did almost forget. So this is one of the droids. It's not R2-D2. It is, let's see, what's his name? R3-T6. So this is R3-T6. And so he's a cute little droid there. I really like the droids. But anyways, so this is all done for bag 37. I'm going to get bag 38 out and finish it up. And then I'll come back and show you what we've got. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 38 is done. And basically what we did was, well, one, we attached this on to the Death Star now. So it's all on there on the top here. And we have lined up the spinning part with the rest of it. But we mainly worked on this little department here or area here. So we did build this wall, which does come off, okay? And then there's this little piece in here that comes out, okay? And then you can attach a figure to that to make it kind of look like they're about to jump down in the little hole. So if they go down in this hole, which I'm just gonna pick a minifigure, it's supposed to go down here, and then they're supposed to end up in there, which they did. So, so that's what that is for. That's where they would go Now I can't get this minifigure out. I'm going to have to get it out of there. But yeah, so that's where they would end up if you put a minifigure down in there. So it's basically the chute where they go down into the garbage compressor. Okay. All right. So now that that is done, we're going to go ahead and move on with bag 39. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we have made here. Okay. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 39 is done, and this is basically what we have created here. Not too much to it yet, but just a little start of a new section, okay? So I'm going to go ahead on with bag number 40. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 40 is done. Basically, now we have this little doorway on here, and we put the walls in here. And then you have over here, you have one of the stickers. So this has like posters and stuff on it of Vader and some kind of dude and just a couple of things on there. And then you have this back here, which has the main Sith guy. Oh my God, I just forgot his name. But anyway, so, and then you have, this comes out, so it can be like that. And now my cat's rubbing all over it. Excuse me, kitty. Okay. And then you have just this other wall over here. There's not much else on it. So when you spin it around, you can see this is where that pulls out. And then, yeah, so that's it. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on with bag 41, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag 41 is done, and that starts out basically with making Obi-Wan Kenobi here. So he's in his like all beige Jedi outfit, and then has the dark brown cloth cape. He does have the two-sided face, this side here with kind of a little smile, and then this side here, which is a little bit more mad, I would guess. And then the blue sword. He has two options for his hair. You can either do his hair here, which goes right there. And of course, this is the older Obi-Wan Kenobi, not the newer one. So he's going to have the gray hair. So you can either do the gray hair there. Let me pop that back off, maybe. It's hard to do one-handed, but I got it, okay? So you can do that, or you can do his hood from his Jedi robes. I actually like the hood better than the hair, but you know, to each their own, whatever you want to do. Okay, so there he is. The other thing that we did was finish this off here. We added on this thing and the bridge, okay, and then I put a little guy on the bridge there. You can also put Obi-Wan Kenobi on the side of this. You can have him hang on to here, right here, which I haven't done yet, but I will do. Because that's where he's at one point. And that's kind of just kind of floating there a little bit. As you can see, it kind of moves around. Other than that, we didn't do too much else to this except for attach it on once we got the bridge and stuff on there. So that is that done. All right, so we're going to move on to bag 42. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you what I built. No, by the way, I remembered his name was Palpatine. I don't know why I couldn't remember it, but now I do. Okay. All right. So let's get bag 42 done. Okay, you guys. So bag number 42 started out with Darth Vader. Welcome to the dark side. Anyways, so of course he's in his all black Darth Vader outfit with the black cloth cape. And then he has his red sword. He has the bottom of the helmet, I guess you would call it, on, and then of course the white face. He doesn't have two sides. He only has this face, and then the back of his head just kind of looks, you know, scarred up or veiny or whatever you want to call that. And then of course we have his mask here, which goes with the bottom part, and there you go. You have Darth Vader. Okay. Anyway, so then we also built this here with bag 42. These actually can move a little bit back and forth because they're on like a ball joint, but I don't really think they're supposed to. I think they just did that to get the angle there. But that is what we have built so far. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with bag 43. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so with bag 43, we basically finished off that piece that we were doing with bag 42, and it ends up being the chamber for Darth Vader. Now I can lift this up. Excuse my dog out there throwing a fit. I can lift this up. Oh, and I took it off anyways. That's okay. So, and Darth Vader is in there. Now this can go under here to make it look like it's closed, or you can put it up here to make it look like it's more open. Let me fold that back down here. So you can put it either one, either up top or in the bottom. So more closed if it's in the bottom, more open if it's in the top, okay? And then also Darth Vader can spin around in there. I've got his sword still in there, which probably shouldn't be because it gets in the way. But the seat does spin around in there, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 44. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 44 is done. And we did make him here. And he's in all gray uniform. He does have the double-sided face. So it's this one and then the kind of smirky one. And then he has the, hair here as soon as I can get it there. All right, and you know what? I forgot what he is called. Let's see if I can figure it out here real quick. It is nice that they put the, oh, this is Admiral Motti. Motti? Yeah, Motti. So there is Admiral Motti there. Okay, he's done. And then we also built this. So some of these move. This one does, this one doesn't, this one does, doesn't, does. And then the chair doesn't move. The back kind of moves up and down, but that's about it. So there's just a little chair there. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to bag 45. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys. So for bag 45, we made General, is it Taj or Tag? I think it's Taj since it's 2 G's. But anyway, so he's in the gray Imperial uniform. And he does have a 2-sided face. So he has this one here and then this one here as well. Okay. So you can kind of do him smiling or not smiling, I guess you would say. Then we're going to go ahead and put his hair on. Oops, which is a little bit sideways. Kind of looks like he's got Trump hair. That's weird. Anyways, okay, so there he is all finished up, okay? And then for the actual build itself, we basically built this part onto here. So we built all of these individually, snapped them together, and then they're just held on basically by this piece right here that's over the studs. The rest is just kind of bent and then kind of held into place up against these, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 46. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 46 starts out with Colonel Yularen. I'm not sure. I'm not good with the names. But anyway, so he's in the all-white uniform here with the black belt and got the little badge on his front. He does have a 2-sided face, so he has this one here. If you flip it around, he has this one here, like the little white mustache. And then he's got the hair here. I'm going to call this the Colonel Sanders hair because that's kind of what it looks like. It's Colonel Sanders. If you don't know who that is, it's KFC. Okay. All right. So, which we have no more in my area. They've all closed down. Wow. I have to drive an hour away if I want to get KFC chicken. Anyways, on with the Star Wars. So basically what we did was put in some more of the walls all the way around this. There is a door here that slides open. Okay. And then basically, yeah, it's just walls. We didn't do too much else besides that door. That's about the only thing that's really movable or anything. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go along with bag 47 and get that done. And once that's done, I'll come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Hey, you guys. So bag 47 is done. And we made the minifigure for Grand Moff Tarkin. Okay, so he's in the usual gray uniform with all the emblems on his chest there. He does have a 2-sided face here with this one on this side or this one on this side, which are kind of creepy and creepier, if you must know. Okay, and then we're going to put his gray hair on here. And there he is, okay? The other thing we did was finish off the piece that we were doing. With this here, we put in the table and chairs, and then just a few other like little accessory things around it and stuff like that. So, and then attached it, of course, to the whole Death Star. So here it is right now as it looks. Pretty cool looking. Okay, so we are going to move on to bag 48. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so bag 48 was just basically building this platform here. Okay, we're getting up there higher and higher. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this bag. So we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 49. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 49 is done. And basically we just added more onto this platform here. And that's pretty much it. The only thing that really does anything is this wheel here. You can spin this, figure out which way, and then this piece slides out, okay? So that's pretty much it as far as any kind of movement or anything. No stickers or anything right now either. So we're going to go ahead and move on to bag 50. And once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 50 is done. And we started out by making the Imperial Gunner. So they're in this all black outfit with the silver belt. She does not have a two-sided face, so just the one side there. And then for her helmets, let's get that on. And there we go. So there is that all finished. As far as the build itself, we mainly worked on this area here. Okay, getting these on, getting this on. And then there's also, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but this flips. Oh yeah, there we go. So you've got like the exploding planet there, or you've got the blue planet. So this turns this thing behind it. So when you turn it around, you can kind of see the thing there. And each one of these is a sticker. So this one is a sticker, and then so is, oops, the red one. That one there is a sticker as well. Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and head on to bag 51. And once that's done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys. So bag number 51 is done. Basically we put in this doorway here, and this here again is a sticker, can't talk. And then we did a little bit of work on the back where we extended this rod out. So now you can twist this to twist that. Okay. Go different directions. All right. We also put like a little extension thing on this, which this spins, but that'll hook up to the other ones that are up there. And then we have just kind of like some of the interior stuff has gotten done. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go on to bag 52. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys. So bag 52 is done. And what we did basically was build this whole section here, which you can tell it's not done. Plus it still needs to go down there. But yeah, so we put that whole little section on, and that's really about it. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag 53, which is the last bag for the second box of Lego bags. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one done, and I'll come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 53 is done, and we have installed that piece that we were working on onto the Death Star itself. So mainly it was basically doing like this trim work here going up, and then adding some more up onto here. So it's getting closer to getting done. We did just finish the second box full of Legos. But the instruction manual that came with box number 2 is not done. So it actually has bag 54 in it, which I think is going to be the last bag for that instruction booklet. So the bag 54 though is in the third box of Legos. Kind of strange that they didn't even it out. So, but the first box, I had to get one from the second box, and now the second box, I have to get one from the third box. So I guess it's the same. It's just strange that they didn't do it that way. But yeah, so far it's looking pretty cool. So I think I pulled the instruction manuals out of the third box, and it looks like we go to, I think it's bag 81, and we are about to start 54. So we still have almost 30 bags, not quite 30 bags to go. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. You know, there's all these people that were talking about it that, you know, were like, oh, it's not round, it's not round. But I'm kind of liking this. It's kind of cool with all the moving pieces and all of that. So I don't know. And I have built all 3 of the other Death Stars. The one that was basically just the outside structure, and then the other 2 that were almost pretty much the same, one with just different minifigures. I've built both of them. And I mean, they're both great in their own way. So I like the outside structure one because it looks really cool on display. It just kind of looks like the Death Star sitting there. You can't see, you know, it looks like it does when you see it for the first time in the movies. You know, there's nothing like this where you can see the inside of the Death Star. So that one is, I like it because of that. The other 2 where you can see more of the inside, I don't know. I mean, they're round and they're pretty cool, but I always kind of thought they were a little small. This one is huge. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know if this is better or not. I think in their own ways, they all have their good points and their bad points. This one will definitely fit on a shelf better as far as like not having the roundness all the way around to deal with. Now it's still a huge piece, so it's still going to take up a lot of shelf space. But I mean, this would almost fit on a Billy bookshelf, you know, from IKEA, which is just a regular like 31-inch wide or 30-inch wide bookshelf. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there are good and bad to every single one of them. And I think that's true with almost every Lego set. I think you could always find some good things and some bad things, and you know, all of that. So I don't know. So once I get this finished and I'm going to put it up on my shelf and everything, I'll kind of give you guys my opinion of what I think. Is it worth it? Is it cool? Do I really like it? All of that. I will say this one does have a lot more like play functions, you know, where things move around and you can adjust things and all of that. It does have a lot more of that than the other ones do. So, you know, I actually think that's kind of a cool feature. You know, you can kind of show it off a little bit. But yeah, so anyways, and I did forget to show you guys too, on the part of Darth Vader, this does pull out. So you can actually take this out and set it on the table and, you know, play around with it, remove it, and remove the top, make it look like Darth Vader's more enclosed or not, and put it back in. So I did forget to show you that. Also, I did forget to show you that this moves back and forth as well. Okay, so there is that. And I think that's the only 2 things I didn't really show you. So, okay, so I am going to get going with bag number 54. I'll be back as soon as that's finished. Okay, you guys, so bag 54 is done. That's also the end of instruction booklet 4, so we'll be starting instruction booklet 5 with bag 55. But this is what we built with bag 54. These are kind of, they're on swivel things, but they don't move much because the other things get in the way. But just this little platform here, this, and this are all stickers on there. And then also, so are this, and this are all stickers as well. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that done, we are going to move on to a kitty flying across onto my table and knocking minifigures everywhere. Wow. Okay. But we're going to move on to instruction booklet 5 and bag 55. So I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag 55 is done, and we've basically built this whole little wall here, okay? No stickers or anything have been used, but it does have kind of like this opening here, okay? But other than that, just kind of a little wall. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on with bag 56, and once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. I almost forgot too, with bag 55, we did this little minifigure here, which is 5D6RA7. There's also a guy who looks a lot like this in The Mandalorian. So anyways, but yeah, so just the robotic guy, got the big yellow eyes. And that's pretty much it. You know, he's a robot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on with 56. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 56 is done, and basically we finished off that wall section that we were putting in. So it's back here now, and we just basically, no stickers or anything were used. There's like this little corner shoot here that lines up with this over here. And then from the back, so this is what we have, okay? So it does have, this is that piece that we put in, okay? It's pretty flat. I do have a stormtrooper back there. Okay, you know, you could almost, even with the way this is, you could probably figure out a way to make a rounded shell yourself. I mean, you could even, you know, eventually maybe somebody will make like a 3D printed shell that you could just put on here or something. You know, so you'd have a half round one if you're really into like having the round part. But yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to continue on with bag number 57. Once that's done, I'll come back and show you what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 57, we created this thing here and attached it on. Now, I will say, too, I forgot all the way back on bag 54, maybe, we created this, and I hadn't attached it onto the Death Star. I just had it sitting down here on my desk, and I was like, why is that still sitting there? So I did put that on, so it's right above this one here. So just so you have that there. Okay, so this is what we created. It doesn't really do much. It just kind of sits there. So it doesn't, like, nothing spins or anything like that. Okay, so here it is so far. So we're going to move on to bag 58. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so we have started with bag 58, the actual disc that does the shooting. So this is the start of it. I'm going to need to separate those out a little bit. I think a little bit more too. Anyways, and that will eventually attach on to this thing here once we get it done. So I'm going to continue on with bag 59, and once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 59 is done, and we have made the targeting system, or the laser beam, or whatever you want to call it. So we put it all together. Each one of these is basically like an individual thing, except for two of them that are connected. The rest are individual things. Then put the green things on and had it all pointy, although my little pointy is a little offy, but that's okay. Anyways, and then you attach it onto, I'm guessing this is the gun, the laser, the mechanical part of it. It kind of looks like a telescope a little bit. And then also added this piece on to go around it. Now it is kind of a little tight in there. It's a little bit difficult, not super difficult. Like, you have to watch how you hold it while you're attaching it to this. You kind of got to make sure you center it on here. Don't push on these or they'll kind of pop off. So you got to make sure you kind of center your fingers on here and then slide it on to the little piece that it slides onto. But other than that, I mean, it was fairly simple as long as you held it the right way. Otherwise, these things are going to push off and collapse out from under there. The only other thing that I did have difficulty wasn't really a difficulty. Back here, if you can see this here is around to the edges all the way around. There's two of those, one around the one half and one around the other half, but there's actually three of them in the bag. Here's the third one. And this one is longer than those two. And I didn't realize that, and I accidentally used this one first, and I was like, why is it not fitting? Well, that was why. It was the long one. So that was the only other thing that I had to actually kind of pull it off and redo it. But, so, now, here we are. It is getting closer and closer, okay? So we are going to be starting, sorry about my Ring doorbell there. We are going to be starting bag 60, which means we have a little over 20 more to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and when I get it done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. Okay, you guys, so bag 60 is done, and we have built this platform here, okay? Not too much to it yet. You can see like a connection point here. That's about it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with bag 61, and once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 61 is done, and basically we just added on to this and kind of put all the flat pieces on it. So there it is. Okay. So now we are going to continue on with bag 62. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so now we have bag 62 done. Most of this was putting on all of the flatter surfaces onto this. Well, some aren't flat, but yeah. And then we have a couple more like link up parts here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to bag 63. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so we got bag 63 done, and we started out with another Imperial Gunner here, all in his black uniform. And we're going to put his helmet on, maybe. There we go, and there he is. Okay. All right, and then for the build itself, we have actually created all of this, the walls here, the little tile back here. You've got some controls in here, and those are all stickers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all stickers there, okay? You've got more of the part that twists together here in as well. Now, this actually would open the way they designed it. It would actually swing open, but there's like a piece right here. Or right here, I mean, sorry, holding it into place. But if you took that piece out, this would actually swing open if you wanted it to, okay? Because it is on a hinge. All right, so now that that's done, we're going to go on with bag 64. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 64 is done. Mainly what we did this again. So we have another one of these, and this is, of course, is the sticker. We've added more of the side on here, and we've got this up here, more of the trim work around. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and I think we did a little bit more over here as well. Okay. All right. So I am going to move on to bag 65. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag number 65 started out with this Imperial Navy Trooper. So again, all in the black outfit here. This one does have a little bit different of a helmet. It has more of the, oh, before we do the helmet, I forgot there is a two-sided face. So we got this side or this side. So you can do either one there. And the black going around is the strap for the helmet there. Okay, and let's see if we can... Oops. It is not wanting to go on. Maybe. Okay, well, the helmet doesn't want to go on right now. Okay, well, I got the helmet on, but the gun went flipping off. But that's okay. So we got the helmet on now. I don't know why that didn't want to go on there, but it really didn't want to go on. Okay, so there he is with his helmet on. I'll put his gun back in his hand here in a little bit. Okay, so as far as the build itself, we've actually gotten quite a bit done. So most of this all along here and this here. This right now does move. I don't know if it'll move later once we install it, but it does move there, okay? And then, of course, this here rotates as well. All right, so I think that's it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag 66. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 66, we started out with Emperor Palpatine, of course, and he's got the black cloth cape on here, the all black outfit going on with the lightning bolts coming out of his hand. He does have a two-sided face, so it's either this one with all the wrinkles or this one with all the wrinkles. Wrinkles. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put on his hood here. Okay, and there we go. So there is Emperor Palpatine. As far as the build itself, we have started like the area where his chair sits. I'm going to call it the stage area, I guess you would say. So we've just built that all onto there. Right now, these do move. I don't know if they'll stay that way, but, and they're supposed to be like railings, so I really don't know that they need to move. But anyways, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag 67. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 67, we have created Luke Skywalker again, but this time as the Jedi in the black outfit and with the green sword instead of the blue. So he's in an all black outfit with a belt wrapped around the front. He does have a two-sided face. So this one here with a little bit of a smile, and then this one here where he looks more angry. And then you have his hair here, which can go right there, okay? And so there is Luke Skywalker there, okay? Then we created basically the throne room for Palpatine. You have the chair, which does swivel here. Then you have these two things here. They don't move or anything. They just kind of sit there. You got the stairs going up. You have spaces to put minifigures in if you want. Let's see if I can get him sitting in here while I'm one-handed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But, nope, he's not strapped. He's not down in. Well, he's in there, so I'll have to push him down in later. So there is that, okay? So we're going to move on to bag number 68, and once we get that done, I will come back. Oh, and I almost forgot. So you can also, I forgot about this part here. So this one is stable. It doesn't move. This one, though, you can set Luke on top of, okay? And then it has kind of like a little play feature. You hit this right here, and it'll knock that down so he falls down to the ground. Cool, huh? Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to bag 68, and I'll be back as soon as that is done. Okay, you guys. So bag 68 is done, and basically we just added all of this on, as you can see. So it's a lot bigger now and a little bit more rounded. So, yeah, not too much else. It's just the wall. These are on here. These could probably move in and out if you want to, but I mean, they don't really need to. So, okay. So we are going to go ahead and move on with bag 69. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 69 is done. And the first thing we did was this minifigure of the Imperial Dignitary. So he's dressed all in purple with what looks like a red scarf. It might be a shirt underneath. Kind of looks like I don't know. Maybe a scarf, like an ascot or something. Anyways, he does have a two-sided face. So you have this one here where he's not smiling. And then this one here where he is kind of smiling. And then he's got wrinkles and things around him. And he's got it's a hooded robe there. Okay, and then he does have this hat there. Okay, so there that is on, and there he is. Okay, as far as the build itself, we've basically added on this whole side over here, and it's got a hole right there as well. And then this way has a doorway, and you can see inside of there. Okay. All right, so now we are going to continue on with bag number 70. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 71. First, we did the Royal Imperial Guard here. So it's just all in red. Now, he doesn't have a face or anything. It's just a solid black round head, and that's it. So this is the Imperial Guard. He's got his little sword there, okay? For the build, we basically have made this now. That's probably eventually going to be attached to this, which will eventually be attached to this, I'm guessing, okay? So this is it. Not too much to it. There's no moving parts or anything right this moment. So we're going to go ahead and move on to bag number 71. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've built. Okay, you guys, so for this bag, which was bag 71, we made the second Imperial Guard. Now, on the first one, I forgot to put his cape on, so I've corrected that now. They both have their cloth cape on here, okay, which is kind of maroon on the inside and red on the outside to match their outfits. So we have another one of those. For the build itself, we actually did finish most of this piece off. It looks like we've put the railings on for the walkway. We've put in some of these things in here. And then just snapped it on to the Death Star itself. So now you have this whole piece here, and it's looking pretty good. Okay. All right. So we're going to go on to bag 72. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so bag 72 is done, and we have created this platform here. Not too much to it yet, it's just basically the start of the next section. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with bag 73, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag 73 is done, and basically we just put another this in, we put the walls up, then we put some of this stuff in here, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so we're going to move on to bag 74. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what I've built. Okay, you guys, so bag 74 is done, and we finished this off and attached it to the rest of the Death Star here. So we just put on this like little doorway here and that doorway leads into here, okay? And then we have, that's pretty much it. We just finished the piece off. Well, it's not really finished because you can tell there's still stuff that needs to be added. But we finished it off for it to be added. Some of it's not quite pushed down on there all the way too. So let's get that fixed. Okay, so now we're going to move on to bag 75. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 75, the first thing we did was created the hot tub and the Stormtrooper in here. Now this does slide out, and you can, well, maybe you can take it out and play with it. You can see it's got a little rubber ducky, a cup, and then of course the Stormtrooper there with his helmet on it and a pair of swimming trunks. If you don't know about the hot tub Stormtrooper, it's basically something that's not really canon. It has to do with like the Lego, more of the Lego Star Wars stuff than it does actual Star Wars, but they do put the like little Easter eggs about them in a lot of the Star Wars sets. So it's not a true character for Star Wars, but it's a true character for Lego Star Wars, I guess you could say. Okay, the other thing that we did was built this little, not little, it's actually kind of a big, good sized gun here. So this door does open up and you can see this gun in here, okay? And that's pretty much it for bag 75. So now we're gonna move on to 76. And once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what we built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 76, we basically got this, and I'll go around to the back so that you can see it here. So this whole thing, this whole turning thing is done, which is an elevator. I knew that's what it was going to be. I just didn't say it. And now you've got the knobs up here. So if you come around to the front now, all of these different doors open. So they'll all slide to the side. Okay. The only one that is different is this one. It slides this way and it doesn't quite open all the way either. But all the rest of them slide to the side. And then I have the little Stormtroopers down here in the elevator. And as you can see like the door that's supposed to be like the button, I guess, there. And so when you turn, sorry, didn't mean to make that. So if I turn the knob up here, then the Stormtroopers start to move up. And you can open whatever door that you want them at. Now, it moves pretty smoothly until it gets to about here. And then it kind of struggles a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of jumping, but it did get past it. Okay. And same thing. Now, I've had this happen before, and somebody told me it's because I'm putting my stuff too tight together, that you need to leave it a little bit loose so that they can, I feel like this door should open more, but you need to leave it a little bit loose so that it can move about a little bit more. And I don't think I did that. But it does make it all the way to the top. So that's all that matters for me. And like I've said before, I don't usually play with these. I mean, I do mainly just put them on display. So whether or not the mechanisms work don't really come into it a little bit. Like the only time maybe where it would matter for the mechanism would be like for some of the cars that I do. Like my husband, if they have movement like that where they move on their own, my husband might play with them a little bit, you know, but other than that, usually they're just on display, so I don't have to worry about the mechanisms working too much. But, and then we also put on this piece here with this bag, with bag 76 as well. So this here is all covered up. We're getting close. We're almost done, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to bag 77. Once I get that done, I will come back and show you guys what I've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Realize on bag 76, I also forgot to show you. So there is this too. So we put these two things in, which I think they spin maybe maybe not so much. They're kind of locked together. I think they're supposed to spin though. But then there's also this swinging arm here, so it does have a thing to move it right here, and so it's supposed to swing them across. Now mine gets stuck on that thing, but you can always move that out of the way too, so that they fly across. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. But anyways, I did have someone on TikTok actually ask me an interesting question of why is the farmer Luke in this? Does anybody know that? Why? I'm not sure. Why are there so many Lukes for that fact? Like, I get it that he was on the Death Star twice, but there's actually 3 of him. So if anybody can answer that question, I'd like to know, because, you know, I mean, that I know of, he was only on it twice that I can remember. I mean, I may be misremembering, but I don't think so. And then, you know, why would the farmer one be on there? He was never on the Death Star. Very strange. Okay, so let's continue on with bag 77. Okay, you guys, so for bag 77, we started out with this here. So first you put in, I'm not sure if you can really see it, like the bigger flexi tube type thing, and then you put the glass, well, what's supposed to be glass, or in here, and then hold it together with just this one. You build this, then you build 2 others, and then you build all the rest to go all the way around. Now I don't know, it's a weak, I don't like how that's held in there. Or really, I think they could have came up with a much better concept for that. It's just not, yeah, it's not great. I don't like that at all. Just so y'all know. I mean, it's in there, but I feel like it could just fall out at any second. These move too much, you know, and I get the feeling when I move this, it may just fall out. I don't know. So, and I am going to have to move it in order to, you know, put it on a shelf. So I don't know. We'll see. The other thing that we did was we closed off the actual Death Star here. Now, one thing, you get 3 different types of, I'll show you here, of these here, this dark gray piece here, the like angle thing. You get 3 different types. You get a light gray, a dark gray, and a black. Just make sure you put the right color in the right spot, because I did have to switch things around because I had the wrong one and I couldn't get this to fit because it was at the wrong angle. So just watch your colors there as you're doing the instructions. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to bag 78. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you guys what we've built. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so for bag 78, this is what we've started with. I think we're making the white shuttle that goes in the landing bay right here. So this is what we have so far. Not much to it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do bag 79, and then I'll be back once that's finished. Okay, you guys, so bag number 79 starts out with the Imperial shuttle pilot here. So he's in the all black with the hat again, and then the little gun. There's no two-face with him. There's only the one. And then this here is the shuttle so far. So we're still working on putting it together, but it's got the part where the pilot sits. I couldn't think of the name of it there. And then, you know, so it's looking pretty good. All right, and this does kind of move up and down a little bit. And the wings, which are these will eventually be the wings, do move as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on with bag 80, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so bag number 80 is done, and we have most of the wings on the shuttle here. It's looking pretty good. I did put the shuttle driver in there as well, so this removes off, so you can just put it in there. You can't have the gun or anything on them, though, so that's the bad part. But yeah, so that is it. The wings do move up and down. Okay, and so now we're going to continue on with bag 81, which is our final bag. It'll get it all done. And then we will do the gift with purchase, which was the Starfighter, and then this whole set will be done. I can't wait. Okay, so let's get on with 81. Okay, you guys, so our final bag is done. What we did for bag 81 was first we made Galen Erso. So he's in this all green outfit here. He does have a 2-sided face, so it's this one and this one. Okay, and then his hair is just like that. Okay, and then we also have let's see, a Director Krennic. So he's in the white shirt with black pants with the badge on the front of the shirt. He does have on a cloth cape. It's not really a cape, but anyways, I guess it's kind of a cape. He does have the two-sided face, so he has this one and this one. Okay, and then you put his hair on and goes just like that. Now these two you can also put on the stand for the sign. So you have this as the sign, which says Star Wars Death Star and has some of the information about it. You get this little control panel, and this one and this are our two final stickers on it. Okay. And we also finished off the shuttle by putting this middle section in. Now you can open the wings, and this section does hopefully pop out, but I can't do it one-handed. Okay, but anyways, you can pop that out, and there's like a little storage area under there. I put the pilot's gun in there so we would have it. And then once you have that together, this can go right up here. Okay. And then we have this here. So this finishes off the actual Death Star itself. It is completely done. It is huge, you guys. I mean, seriously, that's rather big. Now that that's done, I'm actually going to quickly put together the TIE Fighter that came with it, the gift with purchase, which is set for 0771. And it's the TIE Fighter with the hanger. And then I will be putting that in, and then we'll be done with this build. Whew, it only took a little over 3 days. Whew. Anyways, all right, so I'll be back as soon as I get the first part of this TIE Fighter built. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so for this TIE Fighter, first of all, there are 3 bags of Legos that would need to be put together, so not too bad. If you start out by making the 2 stormtroopers here, 2 extra little stormtroopers, and then you also make this little cart. There are like little like disc thing inside of here if you want to open them up, and you can kind of hear them moving around in there. And then you can put one of the stormtroopers on the cart. And then we've started the hanger here as well. So you got the nice little lights on it. Got some wires on it, all of that. Okay. So we're going to move on to bag number 2. Once I get that done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Hey you guys, so bag number 2 is done. And the first thing that we did was put together the TIE Fighter pilot, okay, who's dressed all in the black, of course, with the little emblems and stuff on it. And then we basically have got the TIE Fighter pretty put together. Whoa, I about threw it on the floor. Okay, so basically here's the front here with like what's supposed to be the domed glass, and this is the back. It's not too impressive, but you know, for a free gift with purchase, I'm not gonna complain, and it adds on to the Death Star, so why not? You know, I'm not gonna complain about it. Anyway, so I'll get bag number 3 started and done, and then this thing will all be done, and we'll be able to see it completed. Oh, it'll be awesome. All right, so I'll be back in just a minute. Hey, you guys, so the 3rd bag is done, and we did get it mounted up here. So I don't know, I think it's a cute little TIE Fighter. I mean, no, it's not the best TIE Fighter ever that Lego has made, but for a free gift with purchase that adds on to the already Death Star, I think it's pretty cool. So it just connects right back here. There's 3 holes, and you just connect 2 pegs into those holes, and that holds the hanger on. And then this is just sitting on here. And then this front piece does come off, and you can put your little TIE Fighter pilot in there. Okay. So as far as the Death Star itself, it is completely finished, you guys. So this thing is really big. Okay. Like, really big. If this thing was spherical as well, it would be really hard to fit on a shelf. I mean, if you think about it, if it was all spherical, like maybe half of it could be spherical, that wouldn't be so bad. Like maybe the back half could be a sphere, but I think, honestly, I do think somebody could come up with something to put that on there. But I mean, if it were all spherical, this, I don't even know that it would fit on like an IKEA PAX shelf system. I mean, that would be, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this would be here. Like the middle for it to be a sphere would be like almost as big as this table. I mean, and that would just be the front half. That would not include the back half. I mean, honestly, that's a lot to get a full circle. So it would be completely huge if this were like a globe, okay? And like I said, I really don't think it would even fit on an IKEA PAX bookshelf. Do I think it could have maybe the back half be a sphere so that you could have a sphere? Sure. I mean, sure, I could see that. But again, you're not really going to see it. I mean, unless you're going to not display all of this and just display the sphere part. I could see that. I mean, that would work. So I don't know. I am on the fence about whether or not this should have been a sphere or not, because honestly, I can see good stuff and bad stuff to it. It would be cool to kind of have a sphere part to it, but also I think it being a whole sphere would be way too big. Like if it would have been like a whole sphere, like opened so you could see all this stuff, that'd be cool, but really, really huge. And if you did the back half of it as a sphere, I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. You know, then you'd have to make the choice of what side you're displaying. Are you going to display all this stuff with all the minifigures and all of that and all of the action going on? Or are you just going to display the sphere? So I don't know. I kind of think because we've already had the outside of like the original Death Star from, I can't even remember what year it came out, from a while ago, was just the outside look of the Death Star. So we've already had that. And then the next 1 and 2 that came out, like I said, the second and third one were almost pretty much the same Death Star, just with the third one had more or different minifigures, okay? But so that was a sphere that also was a diorama like this. Of course, it was much smaller. I'd say it's probably maybe a third the size, maybe half the size. I'm not sure. I'd have to see it, you know, side by side. But anyways, so we've already had that. So I think because we've already had those two, and no, they're not available unless you want to pay gobs and gobs of money on eBay to get them. We have had them. So this was to me the next option. I do think that some people are going to come out with a way to put a sphere look on the back. I can see that happening, you know, doing some mock-ups and stuff like that. Now, as far as the price point, so I know this is $1,000. It's $999.99, whatever. So I know this is $1,000, and a lot of people have been saying, "Ooh, I don't know if it's worth it." So I have been looking at some of the other like more pricier Legos. One of the ones that I see is the UCS Millennium Falcon. Okay, so the Millennium Falcon is only like 7,500 pieces. It's a little over 7,500 pieces. And right now it is selling for about $840. Might even be $850. So to me, this is, you know, over 9,000 pieces. This is, what was it exactly? 9,023 pieces. And so I don't know, I can kind of see, especially if you purchased it within the first week and got the gift with purchase, because then that bumps it up to not just 9,000 pieces, but 9,200 pieces, actually about 9,250. So because the Death Star or the TIE Fighter was 200 and, what was it, 260, oh, I gotta look, 236. So you're almost up to 250 pieces more with that. Not more, but so now it's up to over 90, almost 9,250. So I don't know. I can kind of see, I mean, everything has gone up in price. Everything is getting more expensive. And also now most likely tariffs are going to start coming into effect on the prices of some of these. And so I don't know. I think if you're willing to pay $800 and some for a Millennium Falcon, that's only 7,000 and some pieces, that most people who really want it would be willing to pay the $1,000. Is it worth it? I don't know. To me, yes. Why? Because I love Lego. To people who don't love Lego, who don't love doing this stuff, who don't love building it, sure. I mean, they're going to say that's crazy. It's a toy, you know. But to me, I love it. This keeps my brain occupied. This keeps me sane, I guess you would say sometimes, because building it helps me to, you know, kind of get away from all of the grind of everyday life. So to me, it is worth it. To other people, it may not be. And to even some Lego builders, it may not be. I can't, you know, I think that's all opinion, and it's all based on your budget as well. So I think, you know, if you really want it, but you can't afford it, yeah, it sucks that it's $1,000. But I also know that it went on back order. I mean, it's been on back order for a few days now, so they've sold out. So people must be grabbing it. So, you know, if you really want it and want to get a discount up, you know, save up your rewards points if you can, or, you know, you can wait for it to go on sale. I'm sure it will at some point. I don't know when, but I'm sure it will. So anyways, so the last part of this video that I'm going to do really quick is I do have the IKEA shelf system that I set up over here. I did a video about turning 2 Billy bookshelves from IKEA into a PAX-like bookshelf because I couldn't get PAXs delivered here to my house at the moment. And I already have it set up to put this Death Star on it. I hope. I'm going to measure real quick to make sure that I have the measurements right. And then I'm going to put it up there so you guys can see how it fits in there. So let me get it over there and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so this is a little bit dark because there's not a whole lot of lighting over here. I've never really realized that. But anyways, so it does fit. I did put it at 28 inches between the top of the shelf and the top of the, well, the top of the bottom shelf and the top of the shelf, or the top of the shelf itself. That's just confusing. Anyways, it does fit. It actually looks pretty awesome now. Like I said before on the video when I did this, that I thought I was going to have to angle it in order to fit the green ray in, and it did. That's the only reason why, though technically I could probably take the tip, like this longer section of the green array off, and then I could put it on there straight, but I actually kind of like it kind of angled. I think it kind of looks cool, and I'm okay with it being angled like that. Eventually, like I said before, I do want to get a PAX for my living room, and then I can fit this in there along with any of the other bigger ones that I have. But like I said, right now, I can't get to an IKEA store and they can't ship them to me. There was one other thing I did forget to tell you that I am having an issue with, and actually it's kind of funny because I've had this issue before, and that is with the chair, okay? So the chair has like studs on it for you to attach the minifigure to it, but I can't get him on there. His head actually doesn't fit all the way underneath of the top of the chair there. Maybe I have something wrong. I don't think so, but yeah, so he's not attached. He's just sitting in there, so he's not like attached in there. Other than that, there's only a few things that I kind of thought were a little bit, which was this back wall here where the stars and stuff are on it. That I felt was a little bit flimsy. And then the chair up there, I felt was a little bit bad. And then I don't like the window, how it is attached behind the chair. But everything worked out. It is together. It looks fantastic. I actually love it. And yeah, it's a great display, you guys. Seriously, great display. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, get notifications, and also check out some of my other videos so that I can keep bringing you more and more Legos. You can also check out my eBay. There'll be a link in the description below for anything that I might have up for sale on there. Other than that, I hope you all have a good day. Enjoy your Lego building or whatever else that you might be doing. And we'll see you on the next build. Bye.